Hey, welcome back on my legends. Welcome to my channel. If you guys are new to this channel, my name is Ji Moa. I'm a business owner, entrepreneur, and a day trader. Alright, so in today's video, I want to show you guys a moving average strategy that I was up 140 pips. So right now I'm about 100 pips up in profit, and I'll break it down to you guys why I enter the criterias and the settings of the moving averages. So if you guys want to test out the strategy yourself, you can do it. Okay. So let's go to the charts and basically, I use three moving averages. I use the moving average 200. This is a trend trading strategy, so it's a basically you trade with the moving averages. This is a 200 exponential close, and I use a red for that one. And then my purple one is a 50 exponential close on purple, and then my last one is the 20 exponential close, which moves closer with price. And what I do basically is whenever let's just scroll back a little bit in time here. So whenever price crosses up the 200 or they're above all the price is all above all three moving averages. So for example, you see how the 200 and then the 50 and then the 20, right? So that means that price is moving up. So what I'm just waiting now is for price to come back and hit the any moving average, either the 20 moving average or the 50 moving average, and doesn't break through it. And you see here how it respects it. It came here, it wicks a couple of times, and then a green candle formed. So I will enter probably on this one right here, because it goes up, right? It respected the 20 moving average, and then it just goes up, okay? And basically that's your entry. Your stop loss, I use the average true range, which is in the indicators, and then right here, average true range. Let me show you guys uh, my settings for it. I just put it at period 20 Dodger blue, and that's about it. And basically what it does is like it just tells you the range or where it's at, like the average range. And I just use double that. So for example, let's say that I entered, where did we say I entered? Right here, right? So it would have been 0.0042. Let me see here. 0.004284. Yep. So what I do is I put double the stop loss right here. So it'll be 40 right here. So what I'll do is actually put an 80 stop loss, but obviously use proper risk management on your account. I like to risk just 1% per trade. So right here will be 0.0041. That'll be for basically 40 pips. And I just doubled the ATR, so I'll do 40 pips. All right. And then your stop loss would be just 40 pips below it. There we go. And then you just let it trade, and whenever it comes back down, okay, let's say we entered it. Let me just mark it up. Let's say we entered when this one closed, and then let's mark it here. All right, so put this down here. All right, so you'll enter when the price closes below the MA 50. All right, so here it keeps going. All right, so we'll exit right here. We'll exit here, and we'll look for another re-entry. So this one is actually, you'll be up 114 pips on that one. Okay, so now it came back. You got to think about these moving averages. It's not the exact line. It's a zone, okay? So probably like 5, 10, 20 pips around that area. So as long as it's around 10 to 20 pips around that moving average zone, okay? When you start thinking about support and resistance as zones and not like strict line, it can increase your trading, okay? So you see here how, so if it comes right here and it boosts up right here again, I will actually enter again because it came back and retested it. All right, so entry, it'll be over here, right? All right, so I'll enter again, and if you're not in profit, you just let it hit your stop loss, okay? And that's just the rule of this trade. You either just let it hit your stop loss, or either it goes into profit and it closes in profit with the MA50, then that means you'll be in profit. This is a trend trading, trend following trading strategy. So sometimes you get a lot, which will cover up all your losses, and sometimes you'll make wins, small wins, and small losses. But as long as you eliminate the big losses, don't move your stop loss. If it hits your stop loss, just look for another re-entry. Okay. So let's say you enter here. What will the stop loss be right here? So it'll be 80 again. So let's just measure it. Let's do roughly 80. 80 pips. Okay, so this one you would have got stopped out. Okay, you would have stopped out, which is fine. It's just part of the trading strategy. You're not gonna win all the time. No strategies win all the time. This one you probably win less than 50% of the time. But the thing is, you're gonna have a lot of big wins that's gonna cover your losses. So it's gonna make up for that as well. One thing with trading is that you gotta realize that losing is part of. It's just part of trading, and your big wins will cover your losses. All right, as long as you have proper risk management and don't over leverage your account. Okay, so let's go to the area where I actually entered my trade, and I'll show you guys where I entered. So this trade, when it crossed, I didn't see it. I just scan through all the charts and see whenever a chart is coming to an area that it's going to reverse for, or a support line, for example, the M50 right here. So when I found the chart. It was already like, for example, like this. When I saw this, and I just set a 4-hour timer each time and see where it goes. And when I saw it, when it came down here and it hit the MA50, and then it started going up, and I entered in the middle of this candle right here. You can see right here my stop loss was 50 because my ATR was 20, about 24. So I just doubled it to 50. And then it went down. It almost stopped me out. It was about a couple pips from stopping me out, but it just went straight up. So I went around, right when I entered, I was up about 18 pips, and it went to a drawdown of 47, 48 pips. And then that's when it started going up. And right now I'm currently up, let's see, 103 pips. So even though it went under the MA50, like I said earlier, don't exit the trade. Let it hit your stop loss. Don't move your stop loss. Um, you don't want to have a lot of big losses. What you want to do is stay consistent with your stop loss and let your trade ride the trend you see here. If you exit here, then you would have lost. But if you just stayed in the trade, it came back above the MA50, MA20, and it made a big boost. And at one point, I was up 140 pips yesterday. I was up 140 pips. That's what you have. I had emotional trading when right here actually when I was up like 120 pips. I was like, you know what? How higher is it gonna go? And that's not a mentality you want to have when you're trading with the trend. You never know how much higher it'll go, or if you're gonna get stopped out. You never know. So with this strategy, you just exit only when the moving average over the price crosses below the moving average of 50. Or what you can do is put your stop loss below each low. So for example, you can put a stop loss like right here. But for me, I want to ride the whole trend. So I'm going to wait for it to keep going. And whenever it comes back and closes below the MA50, I'll exit my trade. One of the bad things about this, or the cons of this trading strategy, you're going to give up some pips, because right now, let's say I could have took profit and got about 101 pips. But you don't know. What if it goes up another 2, 3, 4, 500 pips? And that's something that I'm willing to risk, okay? So whenever it closes below the MA50, I'm going to exit my trade and just take that profit, all right? So a recap, basically you're trading the moving averages. Whenever it comes back and tests the MA20 or the MA50, then you'll enter the trade, all right? If it comes to the MA200, that's not a zone that you'll want to enter the trade. You want to trade above the MA20 and the MA50, all right? So that's about it with this trade. I'll keep you guys updated and see how much pips I'll catch whenever it closes below the MA50. But if you guys love this channel or love what you saw today, try the strategy, subscribe. I'll be posting up more strategies, more of my trades, and show you guys how to trade the markets better, okay? So thank you guys for watching. And like I said, hit the like. If you guys have comments or questions, comment down below, subscribe, and I'll see you guys in the next video.